Are you in debt? Well, if you're anything like me, you're going to want to pay that off as soon as possible. According to my study, two-thirds of people said they took out a loan to pay for college. As a whole, we're all current college students, and the majority of us have taken out student loans. That's okay, right? Wrong. We may be out of our jobs or have limited hours at this time, but that doesn't mean we don't have hope for paying for our next semester. I'm a current college student who is working very hard to pay for my next semester. Prior to coming to college, I had a plan on how I was going to come out of school debt free. The coronavirus has deeply impacted my ability to earn money, which leaves me wondering how I'm going to pay for my education. And I'm wondering if you worry about this too. WEDC should give a grant or a stimulus to all college students. The majority of us students have been left out of the stimulus and unemployment options. Therefore, WEDC can help us find financial stability. Let's dive into this, bringing up the problem. Most students don't receive the unemployment benefits or file as an independent to receive the $1,200 stimulus. In my survey, I included a portion to which people could answer and tell a story about their coronavirus experience. And to which one responded, lost my job to COVID-19 due to COVID-19 and been 5 weeks without an unemployment check. Also, I didn't get a stimulus check due to living at home and being independent. COVID hasn't been very great for me. College students are the poster children for the most broke age group to begin with. Most of us have no incoming cash flow, as our primary focus is our education at this time. And that is consequently digging us a deeper and deeper hole into student loan debt. That's a problem when just 7 out of 10 of us are already in student loan debt to begin with. The coronavirus is disabling many of us from working, which is only putting us further and further behind into debt. 83% of the people I studied say they're working 20 hours a week or less. And of that, 87% are working less than 10 hours a week. That's including people that don't work at all. If we don't address this financial need, we'll be losing out on a potential influx of money that we could be putting towards tuition. I figured I would include in my study the percentage of students receiving unemployment benefits because I could not find any of that myself. My results revealed that almost 90% of students I surveyed claimed to not receive any unemployment benefits whatsoever. On average, college students make up the most essential jobs, seeing that, or college graduates, seeing that the higher education, the lower the unemployment rate. If anything, college students should be incentivized to go to college and go to school. But expanding on the topic of COVID-19. Due to COVID-19, college students are ejected from campus and find themselves at their homes where they can no longer work. The unemployment rate has skyrocketed due to the recent outbreak of COVID-19. At the end of 2019, our unemployment rate was at an all-time low. Before the outbreak, the rate hit 3.5% according to various researchers for the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco. The rate hasn't been this low since December of 1969. That's 50 years. As of the end of March 2020, the rate jumped to 4.4% according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. In my study, 72% of participants say that the novel coronavirus has affected their work schedules. But does that mean you get an unemployment check every week? No. According to my study, just 11% of my audience say that they received an unemployment check. If I and all the surveyed had regular hours of work, I would not be striving for a movement. The amount of people I've found to be working 10 hours or less is shocking. Being sent home from campus, we should all be working. However, that's just simply not the case. I found that 72% of students are working 10 hours or less, which is including the people that don't work at all. So, you might be asking, how do we solve this? My solution is to propose a stimulus to all college students. My ideal plan is for WEDC to send out a check to every single college student in the state of Wisconsin. The stimulus would help those who need to pay for their next semester or pay off the debt they've already accrued. In my survey, students said $1,500 stimulus check would benefit them at an 8.8 out of a 1 to 10 scale. The reason we need to change this is because only 5% of the students I surveyed aren't paying the cash out of pocket. That means the rest have paid at least a half or all of their tuition by themselves. This check would help out all college students better their education and continue studying at their given university. As Paul Sullivan states in his article 2013, parents and students also need to look at the graduation rates of the college that they've selected. While taking out a lot of debt is not good, taking on a lot of debt and not graduating is even worse. During these poor economic times, students feel like they have their backs up against a wall. I personally have debated myself whether or not I'm going to go to college due to cost. According to Danielle McLean of the Chronicle of Higher Education 2020, the American Council on Education and 10 other higher education associations called on Congress to provide a $1,500 check apiece to students who were suddenly forced off campus. As roughly 170,000 college students are in the Wisconsin college system, all of us would be happy, but our economy would grow angrier. According to Paul Sullivan from the New York Times, in 2013, adults of minority groups and lower income households tend to do better in college. This may happen because the psychology, they have more to lose. Some also argue that while debt is bad, what's wrong with being $1,500 more in debt than they already are? Well, in my survey, students said $1,500 stimulus check would help them at an 8.8 out of 10 on a 1 to 10 scale. As I propose, college students must receive a stimulus check to help pay for their college. COVID-19 has made it extremely hard for families to keep their daughters and sons in school. Hopefully you support the college student stimulus with me, and we can make a change in our fellow college students' lives together. Thank you for listening.